AAPD Virtual Leadership Awards Gala, April 28, 2021. Noor's virtual interview.
My name is Noor Pervez. I use he and him pronouns. I am a non-binary South Asian person with dark eyes and black curly short hair, and I wear big square tortoiseshell glasses. Receiving the Paul G. Hearne Emerging Leader Award means that the community is validating that there is a need and a desire to include Muslims with intellectual and developmental disabilities into our work.
Flyer from Noor's speaking event, Faith and Family Discussion about the impacts of religion on the LGBTQ community.
The first time I realized that I was an advocate was probably around the end of high school when I was beginning to try and do leadership work aimed at identity groups that I was a part of rather than externally working on things that I was told I should care about.
Photo of Noor standing on the steps of a large building in Washington, D.C. during the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network Summer Leadership Training Program.
I spent a couple of days in DC just with a bunch of autistic community leaders learning about disability history, learning about self-advocacy, but also really meaningfully and directly learning about what autistic space was. I was surrounded by other people whose brains worked like me.
Photo of Noor seated, a group of colleagues stand behind him.
All of this stuff had been going on around me, and this whole time I've been taught to think I was the problem, I was wrong. Class accommodations, getting accessible housing, being able to successfully communicate with people, all of these things were impacted by structural issues. That really showed me what the issues were, and it gave me the tools to understand how to make change on those structural issues. The only way to change things and make things better was to engage as part of a larger community, and that being an advocate really meant working alongside people who had the same goals, and that being a self-advocate was inherently tied to knowing your rights, understanding what was going on around you, and being willing to fight for it.
Photo of Noor as he gives a presentation titled Queer, Muslim, Disabled, Our Sexualities, Ourselves. Then, photos of Noor using arm crutches and a power wheelchair.
What I plan to do with the award is create a 2-chapter beginning to an easy read translation of the Holy Quran. And we are doing the first 2 chapters with the hope that once that is complete, we can show that this can be done and continue to get funding for future chapters with the hope of eventually having a finalized, full, easy read version of the Holy Quran that is free and available on the open internet for all Muslims with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
A flyer for the event #MyDisabledRamadan, organized by Noor.
As well as anyone else who could benefit from the use of an easy read version of the Holy Quran. I think that there is a lot of value in working with AAPD on this project. I feel that working with AAPD gives me the ability to really have access to people in the community who have done a lot of really important, groundbreaking work before. And what the award is allowing me to do that I couldn't do before is pay people in our community to help me make a resource that is accessible to members of our community that have been historically left behind. Things are changing, priorities are changing. We are prioritizing multiply marginalized people in ways that we haven't before, and that's really exciting.